Good evening, everyone. Welcome. We're coming to you live from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Actually, no, screw that. We're coming to you live from Boston, Massachusetts. That's right. We made the trip to Boston. Boston is the headquarters of the Eastern Division for the Simulation Football League minor league minor league. And then Sacramento is the division headquarters as well for the West. This year, or this season, the Boston, the East are hosting the West here at lovely Memorial Field. So, welcome. So we're here to watch some tennis, right? No, we're here to watch the SFLm Pro Bowl, the Prospect Bowl. This is our chance to. You guys voted. You guys had a lot of fun. I wanted to say that you guys did a great job getting the vote out. Everything like that. We had 99 people that voted. That was amazing turnout. I was expecting 30 or 40. You guys doubled, tripled that stat. So kudos to you. And we came up with two great teams that are going to be battling it out. I want to share with you, I am in the game booth right now. We are overlooking the field. I'm joined by a few other additional people here with me. So here we are. We are in Boston. That's me on the left, Axel Raven. I'm joined with me tonight in the Minor F&I broadcast booth overlooking this gorgeous field tonight in Boston with Daniel Wright, Johnny Reno, and Shane Kaufman. Daniel, good evening. How are you?
Good evening. Excellent. Good evening, everybody else. I'm here and excited to watch some football. I see the picture is identical to how I look, so it's good to see that we're ready to go.
Absolutely. Johnny, how are you tonight?
Hey, I'm great. Yeah, I really thought the depiction of all of us fit accordingly. But yes, I'm ready to watch some Pro Bowl football, and I'm excited to see how it plays out.
Awesome. And Shane, how are you tonight?
Hey, I'm good. I'm getting ready here. Watch this great game, and we should have fun.
Awesome. Yeah, so we'll be here. We are going to be watching the game from afar, just above the action here. You'll be able to hear the team here, the hometown Heat team for the East. They are packed in the seats. You can see them there behind us. They're ready to go. They are a rowdy crowd. So you'll hear them a little bit in the game when the game starts. We're going to hear the really hard pounding of these tackles coming back and forth. I'm hoping to see a really great game, see everybody performing at their best, both offensively and defensively. That does mean that the quarterbacks might get stuffed and sacked a little bit. It might mean that the free safeties or strong safeties might get a shoulder pad to the chest and get laid out. But it's all in good fun. Again, this is more for bragging rights and the opportunity to sort of let everybody sort of see who you are on the field and really celebrating the amount of effort that you might have put in so far this year and in past seasons, wanting to sort of show the value that you have in this league. So how do you think the game's going to go, Daniel? Do you have any thoughts on how this game might play out tonight?
Well, I'm excited to see the pair that are the Reapers, Dante Graham and Orlando Graham. I like to see them on the free safety and strong safety. I think they're going to do well together. Might have some, Brothers Grimm synergy. But I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, as we've seen in most of the minor leagues so far. It's all been offense compared to defense, and I think it's going to be the same way for this All-Star game. It's going to be explosive.
Gotcha. Johnny, what is your take on this game so far? Do you agree with Daniel, or do you have a different take on this?
No, I agree 100% with Daniel. I mean, we all know that the offenses have been explosive this season, and most of those players are in this game tonight. I'm really interested in seeing how the defenses step up and play, and seeing some of those players show out. Again, we all know the offenses, the values there, but I'm with Daniel. I'm curious to see how the defense plays out.
And Shane, last but not least, what is your take? Do you disagree? Do you agree? How do you feel about tonight's game?
No, I don't disagree. I'm looking at it. Great offenses, of course. So it's going to come down and see how the defenses do. When you look at these kind of games where offenses are pretty stacked, the defense sometimes lacks behind. So I'm kind of curious to see how they'll shape out.
Gotcha. Very cool. All right. Yeah. I wanted to give a little heads up too that so the playbook on both sides is exactly the same. It's one that I've crafted to sort of toss in an additional offensive and defensive plays that might, if you're trying to win the game straight out, it might be a little risky. But hey, this is a game that with no repercussions on the line other than, the award of we are on the winning side this season. So let's go sort of balls to the wall. Let's have some fun with this. So big risk, big reward, right? So we're gonna hopefully see a lot of big plays, some sacks, some interceptions, some crazy antics on the field. I'm really excited about this. Where was I going with this? Oh, the other thing is, and I mentioned or alluded to this in the Discord, that during halftime, I may pause the game and actually jump over into the game day chat. Right now, Robert Cherry and Scott Fowle are over there hanging out. If you want someone to talk to during this, feel free to jump over there, give a shout out, get a little rowdy in there. At halftime, I'll try to jump in there as well as perhaps in the fourth quarter as things wind down or after the game to sort of talk with you, call you out one by one and sort of talk about talk about the game, talk about your favorite plays, things like that. And again, as we're commentating and watching, this might be a slightly different experience than what you might see with the professional broadcasters during your SFLm games or other SFL games. We may not be doing every single play-by-play aspect, but we were wanting to, have a little bit of fun. We're going to be bantering a little bit back and forth. We're also going to be, as individuals, as players out on the field are doing great things. What we want to do is also highlight some of the things that they're doing off the field, how they are in the locker room, the type of person that they are, giving you guys a little bit of a highlight for those owners and GMs that are watching either currently right now or in future with the recording. And as many of you have asked, after the stream, it'll be available on Twitch as a video on demand, a VOD. I also am going to be downloading that and uploading it as soon as I possibly can to YouTube, and we'll share the links out widely as well. All right. I think I hear the crowd out there. They're ready. They're ready. I hope you guys hear that. All right. So let's switch over. So we are welcoming the West is visiting the East. Look at that crowd.
Everybody came to play today. Look at that.
They did. So the stars here, obviously on the West, we've got Johnny Reno and Doug Brown. Both of them are the big hitters here on the West side. And then on the East side, we've got Scar Patterson under center, along with Randy Squarebush, two of the top QB art halfback pairs on both sides coming in to do battle. The rest of them you're seeing there as well. So we've got the East in red, and then the West is in blue. Customary handshake between Scar and Johnny. So Johnny, are you a heads or a tails person typically? Do you swing?
I'm going tails. Tails never fails.
Tails. Gotcha. So it looks like West will be receiving the ball. Let me know also in the chat how the audio is, if things are too loud or too quiet.
Now you said earlier in the week the kickers are also going to be doing the punting on them, right?
That is true. Yes. So both Brooke Beisel and Gunnar Axelson will be doing both the kicking and the punting. So Reno steps back under center here.
Oh, he's changing the play already.
Right.
Oh, not a good
Wow.
start, Mr. Reno.
Let's see who that is. Number 99, Robert Cherry. First, he is a big sack lover. He's a fellow member of Madison. He has a lot of potential, a lot of ambition. Gets his progressions in every week. Wants to, has the simulation, or I'm sorry, the emulator. He's got the editor. He wants to be a owner at some point in the future. He is wanting to do it all.
That was a good pass over the middle to number 80, Mr. Kaufman himself. Still a long 3rd and 8, though, so let's see what he can do.
Oh, goodness. They are getting that. So this is probably the first time that Reno's been having to face a full defensive line with 2 user-built DEs and 2 user-built DTs out there coming at this current generic offensive line. We'll see how they step up in their next drive.
I say Johnny might need an ice bath by halftime.
I might have to agree. Yeah, this is definitely a different defense, than we're used to seeing. A lot of good players.
There we see King Rashid taking the punt return. Over there on punt return and kick return duties, I believe it's King Rashid and David Garris will be taking the kick returns, I believe. And then for the West, we've got A Sharp and I believe Orlando Grimm will be taking punt returns as well. There we have, that's GP Wells on running right there with, not sure if that was Scar or if it was Xander Moon behind him, number 1. I didn't have a look. We're getting a look there at Anthony Stover, defensive end. This looks like Xander Moon under center there.
It does look like Xander.
Pass over the middle. If that's 47, is that 47? Get out of the way. Nope. That is number 13. That's number 13, David Garris, over the middle. Short 30-yard catch.
Still a long 3rd down.
Ooh. Wow, that was a close
drop.
one. This is Mateo Privado. He is a fullback. He's, I think, only within the last month joined the league, but has been making a difference out there, making an impact.
Well, he's going to want to have that one back, that's for sure.
Definitely. So here we have Brooke Beislaw punting from the half yard, or the, what is that, midline, 50-yard line, the middle of the field.
Midfield, yeah.
There we go. That's the word. Not bad. Within the 20 yards. 20
Let's see if the West tries to get some running plays going. They never tried to run the ball at all in the first possession.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. We got to get the run game going. Slow down that pass rush.
So that right there, number 21, Doug Brown, sensational back, especially in season 3, has yet this year to, I mean, he did a great job against Annapolis, right, in week 3, set some records there. Hoping to have a great day out here. Shane Kaufman there, number 80. Tacoma.
Like Reno knows who Kaufman is.
Yeah.
I think so.
It's like we've seen each other before.
That right there is Tacoma's own Hattori Hanzo, fullback for the Grizzlies. Getting some play out there. A bronze fullback. Some big hits out there.
Down. Kaufman once again with a catch. That's his third catch so far of the game.
Reno wanting to make some adjustments there right at the line. Going up under center. He decides to turn and run it for himself, picking up 5 yards in the process. That play seemed to break down right in the backfield there. But Johnny, have you been working on your strength? You seem to be able to stand up pretty well back there.
Yeah, a little bit on the strength. Probably need to build up the speed and agility a little bit, but not bad there. I'm actually kind of impressed.
Ooh, some tough running tonight. Angela Meerkat, she joined us in week 1 or just before week 1 as defensive end. She is playing with Memphis this season. Great person. Also partner or married to strong safety number 2 out there, Derek Meerkat. From, I believe they said that they're from Mankato, Minnesota. So they are very close to my heart. Nice pass over the middle. It looks like that is to Mike Savage, someone else who Tacoma Reno knows a lot about.
This is looking like a good drive. They got 2 first downs now. They're moving the ball. Reno is able to break some tackles that time and that won those plays. So it looks like it's all humming right now.
Yeah, it's amazing how all it takes is just a couple, solid plays. It doesn't have to be huge, but just solid completions. Nice hands there by the receiver. Mike Savage, second catch. Total of 20 yards now, you see. How has it been with Mike Savage? I was in the locker room last year. How's it been this year so far, being on a team with him?
Oh, Mike's been great. I mean, Mike's Mike. He's, he's in there every day. He's trying to improve every single week. I know he's probably, on the same page as, me and Shane and Brad, and I'm sure we're all looking forward to the draft. So yeah. He's outstanding.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's one thing I was telling Axel. It's nice to see you guys be more motivated, I guess, this season compared to previous seasons. Like, your guys are active, you're talking to people, you're getting involved a lot more, and it's really nice to see.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know that's one thing that I for sure have improved on, and man, I'm loving it. I love interacting with the SFL Gen Chat and everything else.
That was a tough pass to watch drop to the ground. Intended for Hattori Hanzo out there, just past that first down marker. Sadly, did not gather that ball up into his breadbasket, if you will. So here we see Gunnar Axelson set to punt it away, I believe, for a second time this quarter. Yeah, so Bandit, speaking of Savage, I believe Mike Savage is also the brother to Jimmy Hazard of Baltimore, who just won their championship.
A good thing to note, both fullbacks have dropped a pass that could have been a first down so far.
That is a good note. Are you taking notes, Daniel?
I'm always taking notes. It's
awesome.
what I do.
Yeah. I appreciate it. So here we see Scar, number 9, setting back behind center there. And it looks like Squarebush is in the backfield. Big pass, airing it out. Wow. that wide receiver
Ooh.
had a little bit of a distance between him and his coverage. Let's see what number it says. Oh, Israel Adams. He was the number one pick or number one receiver of the number one votes for wide receiver on the East for the Pro Bowl. Getting up there, getting some air a little bit, and getting that distance between him and the receiver or the back.
What a great route. He was able to get the distance just by turning it upfield and doing that slight diagonal turn to get up there. So it's good to see. Hopefully he can break some more now.
Whoa, that one could have been picked off. Edwin Crow there. Let's see. He is from Salt Lake City. He recently got a animation, which is awesome to see. Really big touted by his coaching team there as being a huge contributor to their defense. Great seeing him out there on the field. There we have Mateo Privado again, slightly coming back to the line of scrimmage just to be able to get open so that quarterback could pass the ball off there. Gain of 3 yards. Wanting to sort of reclaim, showing the audience, the crowd, that he can actually catch the ball, which is great to see. We go in a gun formation. Looks like a straight open formation there. Ooh, tip drill. It was a tough pass to try to thread that thing through that coverage out there.
There was 3 defenders. I don't know if that was the where you should go with the ball. I know they were trying to make a big play, but there was 3 defenders in the area.
Mm-hmm. Whoa, that one was almost blocked. Brooke seeming to be able to kick it off just a little bit, just before the hands of the blockers came in to stop that. And really, go for it.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I was just going to mention, getting it within the 20-yard line, but not so much that it becomes a touchback. It's really a key value to a real punter, real kicker out there versus the generics, which very well could not kick it as far or too far. Nice catch there. Looks like Mike Savage again. Ooh, he was savage.
Are we going to have to start bringing up the hashtag Savage already?
Possibly either that or what was it? We would call him first down Savage because it was typically that he would get the first down every catch that he caught last season. Yep, looks like the hashtag Savage is back out there. That was a really nice pass there too, threading that needle. Mike Savage again, he is getting hot, and Reno, it looks like you've got a solid receiving core on this West right now. You've got 2 with Mike and Shane here out there, hitting the field with you out there. How does it feel having the support of both Brad Jones behind you, Hattori behind you, and the 2 wide receivers out there right now?
Yeah, it feels great. It's like I'm at home. Hopefully we can carry this into the second half of the season for Tacoma and make the final run. But yeah, it's fun playing with my teammates.
Good to hear. Shane, how about you? How does it feel to be selected alongside your teammates, your fellow Grizzlies?
Oh, it's definitely a great feeling. These are great players, and getting to be on the same field with them and all these other great players, it's definitely a good feeling.
There we see your one and only Brad Jones kept picking up that first down there. Pretty solid, catch out in the flat. From where he caught it, roughly at 12 yards, almost 13 yards that he ran before being taken down. He was actually pretty open out there.
And I remember when we were talking with Brad Jones last season, one of the things he was working on is catching the ball on these little passes and running with it. He wanted to be more than just a run receiver. He wanted to catch the ball as well.
And here we see Doug Brown. He had some pretty good moves there to sort of make something out of nothing. Sort of there could have easily, with a lesser running back, been taken down behind or at the line of scrimmage, but sort of extending that play another 7 yards for a nice pickup. This should, as a 2nd and 3, this should be a pretty easy first down to get. Number 44 doing the shimmy. Does he practice that in front of the mirror? Do you know? In the locker rooms? Finding that gap, doing a little bit of a slide to the side, and just powering through it once he hits that first defender.
Yeah, the West is starting to pick it up now with the run game. So they're passing and running, so they're going to be a dual threat right now. And as you can tell, it's really working. They're already at the 28.
Yeah, I was going to say they're getting really close to that red zone. Here we have Doug Jones catching the ball and running up the sideline there for 7 yards. It's tough to tell the two apart because they actually have the very same face. The only way you can really tell is their number 44 versus 21. Over on the east side, we have Randy Squarebush, who is number 21, and GP Wells, who is also number 21.
Well, that won't be confusing to me at all.
GP Wells has a very dark complexion, where Randy Squarebush has a very light complexion. So that would be an easy way to tell them apart from at least a distance as well as we can. Wait, is it the end of the first quarter already?
1 quarter down and still 0-0.
Definitely surprising.
Doyle's out here estimating it'll be 6-9 by the end of the game.
That's a very nice score.
That was a very nice pass there.
He somehow got it away. Wow. And Hondo not making the same mistake of dropping. He actually caught this one. Probably a tougher catch than he had last time and got it for a first down.
This would have passed to Doug Brown, slipping through the gap that was in the line there, or alongside the line for that touchdown.
Pretty much goes in untouched too. Great blocking.
So here we see Gunnar Axelson coming out to tack on that extra point after the touchdown. Kickoff down the field. Here it looks like, again, number 13. That is David Garris returning the ball. A pretty decent return there up to the 38.
Really good spin move to get the defender going the opposite way.
So one thing within the minor league to point out is that typically, by default, the third wide receiver in the roster is the one that by default goes out and returns both the punts and the kickoffs. And right now, the majority of the teams, if not all the teams, have only 2 wide receivers. They may even cap it at that. I'm not certain. Here we see GP Wells making a big break. Wow. You know, Daniel, the previous drive you mentioned, the West starting to get their game under control and making it fruitful. This one play alone, I think, has the ability to do that for the East side here.
Definitely, and Doyle's 9-6 score is looking like it might be in jeopardy already.
These teams have come to play, and play they will. I believe we see Xander Moon behind under center there. Little toss pass to Squarebush there. Able to spin and move, keep his legs churning, and was able to pick up around 13 yards.
Pretty much went extra wide there. I thought he was going to go the wrong way for a second, but he got the room, he got the space he needed.
Yep, that he made just enough to be able. He had some pretty decent blocking out there, or else those defensive ends or outside linebackers would be in that backfield with him. Very good vision there and ability with his blockers. So here's a very heavy set, spinning and moving, threading through the defenders there, finally being able to be taken down exactly at the line of scrimmage. Number 43, Orlando Grimm in there, seeming to be a part of that group of West players taking him down. Again, Xander Moon underneath the center, it looks like. No, I'm sorry. That is Scar Patterson. Nice pass deflection there by number 27, Don Fletcher. Don, he is he's a great person. We know him a little bit from other simulation leagues, other Discord chats and other things. Nice person, very humble. Loves being involved with a lot of different things. He has a 90 consistency right now and is now working a little bit more on his coverage, I believe. Just really making himself out by the end of this year. I imagine him, this second half of the year starts to break out with, huge interceptions for Boise there. Israel Adams in the backfield there, the back of the end zone there, trying to pull one in. Just too many, not enough room back there for him and the 3 or 4 other defenders back there behind the ball tossed by Scar Patterson. The West D held tight, forcing the East to settle for 3 here, ideally. We'll see how well Brooke Beisel is able to kick it through. And it's good. Tack on 3 for the E. It looked like the ball holder had a little bit of an issue getting that ball down fast enough. That was Xander Moon holding the ball, not typically not typically used for the starting quarterback at Madison. That's usually the backup quarterback, but here in this game, he is the backup to Scar. Hey, Nathaniel, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the game. Hope you're enjoying your night. Here we go. West bringing the ball back, taking it to the 21. Here we see it's Ace Sharp. Ace coming to us from Salt Lake City. He is a silver wide receiver out there. One of their star receiver. Big things for him coming up, I believe, in the rest of this season 4. Little toss back. The defender could not take him down. This was Doug Brown, showing what he has. The leg strength. He's been working on his quads, I guess. Maybe his glutes. I'll take his word for it. Oof. That defensive tackle got in there in a hurry. That was number 91, T.C. Turner. Pretty much unimpeded, whatever that word is, not stopped, not blocked at all by any offensive linemen, and just able to get right in there. It looked like they were too busy trying to figure out how to block that they missed their block.
Yeah,
Reno.
So far, the East has really been getting into the backfield a whole lot, so it's something to keep an eye on.
Little play action there by Reno, hoping to free up. Wasn't quite enough. 1 yard shy of the first. That brings up 4th and 1. Very important, to convert on these. Just wasn't in the cards for the West in this drive. So here we have Gunnar Axelson again back to punt. Gunner's a kicker for Boise, coming to us with a small handful of other Boise individuals like Doug Brown, Don Fletcher, Jax Nuke, and the one and only Dante Grimm coming from Boise as well. Additionally, with the defensive end Anthony Stover and Kyle Storm, the second tight end. They have a pretty good contingency coming in, the Mud Dogs. Scar Patterson up underneath center. In a near formation. He passed it. It looked like there may not even have been a receiver right there. Orlando Grimm seeming to be able to take care of that situation over the middle there. Almost able to grab that ball before it hit the ground.
Oh, we got a good question in chat, in case you want to answer, Axel. How do the substitutions work? Undead Mirka says, haven't really seen any of the backups out there on defense yet.
There are a few that, depending on right here, I believe this looks like almost like a dime defensive formation. So out there, you'll probably see some of the backups, like the third cornerback, or perhaps the second strong safety, like what the position that you're playing in this game. Similarly, the second free safety will be in that, because there's I want to say 5 or 6 defensive backs in the backfield. As the defense is out there, they'll start making substitutions based on fatigue. I've tried to set it up so that certain plays like dime and nickel, there are pull from different the different levels of within the position as well. So they should be able to make it out there. But they do still have the majority of their starters out there. It may be until the second half that they start to swap them in even more. Pretty strong showing there for the West defense, stopping the East from really making any progress other than 3 yards or so. Here we have Beisel again to punt it back. Man, that pressure is getting really close there. I believe that on the reception was number 43, Orlando Grimm. Thank you, Sully. Appreciate it. That was the running back there. Doug Brown was trying to do a little spin move on him, but he was saying, no, not today. That was number 54, Mr. Adams. I'm not going to try. I already messed it up once, or maybe I did that 3 times on Wednesday night. I'll allow someone else who is familiar with Black Panther to say his first name. Nice little spin there.
That was almost blown up for a loss, but that spin move saved him.
Brad Jones. Gonna have to try to convert here, Reno. Let's see what you can do. Man, taken down by Angela Meerkat. I believe that is her first sack. Loss of 2 on the play.
East is really getting into the backfield. It's going to be something to watch all game, but that's like the 4th time that Reno was in trouble.
Yeah, definitely been a lot of pressure on the quarterback for sure.
Number 27 there, King Rashid, taking that punt return and turning it into just probably a 2 or 3 yard gain, which is typical of punt returns for the most part. Scar behind center there. Square Bush. Oh, he's passing it out to the side there. It's number 18, Israel Adams again. Pick up a 5. Hey, Stuart, I'll run through it quick again. So I went through each different formation, and where I was able to, I swapped out a few of the different players so that some of the second round or third, second or third level individuals were able to substitute the starter.
He could be gone. Oh. Big run right there. Nice blocking up the field. Mr. Squarebush is still going strong.
Yeah, great run for sure.
Number 61, I think. Really good block.
Right now, I'd say on the west side, Johnny, you've done a great job of getting that ball out there. You haven't thrown any wayward balls yet. And, so far, Mike Savage as a wide receiver out there has been with I think at least 3 receptions that we saw that one drive was a pretty standout player on the offense. I'd also have to say, the blocking by Hattori Hanzo has been great for both of the backs in the backfield for the West. On the East side, I'd say, obviously Squarebush has been doing really well. Let's see, Israel Adams has had some really nice catches. And I'm really thinking that there'll be a lot more heating up the rest of this quarter and the rest of the game, definitely.
I believe that Squarebush again getting the first down. Now it's 1st and goal and the 7.
Yeah, Squarebush is just so hard to tackle. You definitely see, a difference in the power back versus, the other backs as, progressions go on. It's really fun to watch.
Right there, it seemed like nobody even touched him on the way in.
Squarebush is trying to say that he's the MVP early on into the season. What a touchdown right here.
I think, Nathaniel, Squarebush might be answering your question right there. Might be starting to answer your question. So here we have the East trying to take a 3-point lead over the West with 3 minutes left to go on the half. Nice solid points after there by Brooke. Johnny, with 3 minutes left in this half, how important is trying to finish out this half with a strong drive, let alone trying to get extra points on the board?
Oh, it's very important. Yeah, we need a solid. We got 3-minute drive here. Obviously we'd like to get a touchdown, but I mean, if we can get anything on the board at this point going into the half, that would be outstanding.
There we go. We just saw him. Ibambe Adams being highlighted there, being part of that tackle. Welcome, Siege. Welcome to the Prospect Bowl. I believe this is, I want to say this might be Kenny Slider under center there. Passing over the middle to, intended for Mike Savage. Going on incomplete.
We're looking at a big third down now, 3rd and 10. If they failed, the East will have the ball back before the 2-minute warning.
Gun straight package here. Oh my goodness.
Someone guard these men.
These are some bad men. So there we go. Oh, even women. Odette Boudreau, wife of Otis Boudreau, kicker for the Louisiana Revolution.
No one touched her the entire way. She just got right into the backfield.
So now Gunnar Axelson is having to punt from literally inside his own end zone.
So these are going to have very good field position on the 39, and 2-minute warning hasn't happened, so they'll have 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning to go.
So from this perspective, off the foot of Brooke Beisel, let's say they don't get the first, but let's say they even get 9 yards here. That would bring up to the 30-yard line. Add 7, I think, for the end zone, or 10 for the end zone, 7 for how far back the kicker has to be. That'd be a 47-yarder. That would be pretty doable for most kickers. Here we see Mateo Pravado slow to get up a little bit for fullback for the East. Coming to us from Ottawa, the Cavalry, used to blocking for GP Wells on the Cavalry as well. Oh, I'm sorry. GP Wells is on Memphis. I have a typo on my sheet. What a wide open lane.
He's going. He's running.
Goodness, what a way to go into the 2-minute warning.
Now, you don't see a quarterback running a whole lot, but I think we've seen 2 so far in this game getting yards with their legs.
Again, here we see the defensive line for the West has 3 user players, so 2 defensive ends and 1 defensive tackle. Oh my goodness, they also are getting a lot of penetration coming in. There we see Diamond Blackwell, number 57, outside linebacker. Haven't seen too much action by the West linebacking core, as much as I would expect.
Ooh, look at that throw and catch.
Perfectly timed, perfectly thrown. Right to the back of the end zone. I think he slowed down a little bit. That was number 13, David Garris. Slowed down just a little bit just to be able to be, say, inbounds for that catch.
Yeah, great play. Great play.
And as we know, David is one of the leading wide receivers on the Miners, I believe, ain't it?
I believe so. He is a silver as well, I believe. From Lexington. Point after is good, leaving a 10-point deficit for the West, who'll be getting the ball back here. A nice solid kick. A few yards into the end zone. Decided to take it out. Gets to the 20. I want to say that's number 11. If these big men will move. Yep, that looks like number 11. A sharp kick returner right now for this game. There we see Doug Brown. I think he is a man on a mission right now. Quarterback under center. The split, the offset eye. Able to get just 2 yards on that play.
More importantly, the clock is still ticking.
So, Johnny, we were talking 2 minutes ago about how important it is to get that drive in for some points. I'm sure it's doubly important at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, like Daniel said, the clock is ticking. Like we got to get the ball moving for sure.
There we see Isabella Blackwell. She is the strong safety coming in for the tackle there. Coming to us from Lexington Miners. Can hear the Boston hometown crowd here. I think, Johnny, you were able to save that from being a sack by giving the pass. It looked like a similar situation where the defensive tackle was able to get in there without. That was a really close, almost caught ball too, if the defender wasn't in there with his shoulder to bump it away. So it looks like it'll be another punt, a 3 and out so far for the West.
And we already see in the chat, the king himself is speaking up, saying, "Not my side, Jay Reno."
Fair catch called for at the 45, 46-yard line by the man himself, King Rashid.
Yeah, King, he's been asking for an interception for a couple weeks now. So
They have 12 seconds and 3 timeouts, so they could still do one play before they do a Hail Mary.
Looks like they might be running it based on the formation. But they're not. A little swing pass out to the side. With Square Bush, just give it to Square Bush. And
Just
he's
give it to Square Bush and go.
Wow. And they call a timeout with 4 seconds left. He's just leaving Square Bush-sized imprints on every single defender in front of him.
I feel bad for the defenders right now. He just pancaked 3 people in order to get into field goal range.
Yeah, no lie. He's just fun to watch. He runs over everybody.
As a reminder, here's Brooke Beisel set to make what will be a 50-yard field goal. During halftime, I'm going to plan to jump over into the game day chat over on our Minor F&I Discord channel. We can chat. Right now, there's 3 individuals over there. If you want to head over to the Discord, feel free to do that. We'll have a quick little chat with you players that are over there. If not, just stay tuned. You'll be able to hear the chat as we discuss. There's
now
GP Wells.
Brooke made the field goal, so it should be 20-7 now.
I was not expecting these numbers at this halftime. I was expecting a little bit of a closer game. I think it will. I'm sure that it will switch a little bit. It's not about time of possession either. It looks like it looks almost complete opposite of passing yards versus rushing yards between these two teams. Other than I think the rushing on the West needs to get a little bit better, but I think that will. What do you say to your team? What does the coach say to your team in the locker room, Johnny and or Shane? It looks like Shane's sadly had to run away from the broadcast booth, so it's just Johnny. Hey, Johnny, what do you say to your team?
Well, I definitely think we need to, go over the game plan a little bit. With 37 rushing yards in the first half, I definitely think that needs to be a priority. I mean, with the backs that we have, I think we need to give them a little more of an opportunity. But the offense of the East has played great. Squarebush is running over literally everybody. So the defense obviously has to come up with a plan in the second half to stop that.
Yeah, it might just be how do you motivate your generic offensive line to be able to block this powerhouse that seems to have shown up here in Boston.
Yeah, for sure. I mean that's definitely one advantage that the East has over the West is they do have 2 contracted offensive linemen, and you wouldn't think that would make a huge difference, but man, I'd be willing to bet that makes all the difference in the world. So them having 2 offensive linemen versus us not having any, that's huge.
Definitely, Daniel. What is your take on the first half so far? Or any specific plays that were highlights for you?
So I said it was going to be explosive on the offensive side, and I'm actually really surprised. After the first quarter, it was 0-0, and defenses were holding strong. Now the East has found their running game. They have found Squarebush specifically, and it getting them down to, getting them down for touchdowns, then getting down for field goals. I would like to see the West adapt more to the running game, but they're down big already, so I don't know if they can afford that. If they can get a chance to get a dual threat going, they can claw right back in this. It's still only a 13-point lead.
Yeah, and who else would you rather have in the backfield other than Brad Jones and Doug Brown, right? They have the ammunition, the power to be able to turn this thing around with the play calling of Johnny Reno here too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the offensive weapons are there. I think it's just the game planning, putting it together. Like Daniel said, I think you want to come out gunning and throwing, but I think we need to stay balanced in the second half.
Mm-hmm. I was really impressed with again, as soon as they started clicking, the East seemed to gel a little bit more perhaps than the West did. Again, it's such a interesting thing. You guys have not played together too much. Fresh teams coming in, got a little bit of practice earlier today on the field. Again, maybe this is where that so many Tacoma offensive players were invited. Maybe you came into this a little maybe too confident or underestimating the power of that defensive line coming at you.
Yeah, for sure. And it's the same thing, with the regular season with Tacoma. I mean, we do have a high-powered offense. You think you can, score on everybody. But in week 3, Lexington showed us that that's not always the case. Game planning's everything. You never know what you're going to get.
Awesome. Well, with that, I'm going to take this little break. We're going to I'm going to hop over to the game day chat. Here we go. Confirm. Hello, game day chat. How are you all?
Doing good.
Great.
Awesome. Well, how's the game so far? Israel, tell me about how has it been for you seeing yourself out there, your player out there in this game?
Yeah, man. Can you hear me?
I can. Yep, go for it.
Yeah, man. It's been great. Seeing all my player and then everyone else, people I get to play against every week and been on the same field with them. It's pretty cool. I've loved it seeing Randy and GP, right off and having that strong defense. It's been pretty cool, man.
Awesome. Tell me, Robert, Mr. Robert Cherry, that first play of the game, you ended up able to get in there and personally meet Johnny Reno pretty intensely. Tell me about that experience. What was it like seeing your player do that?
Oh, it was awesome. It makes me excited to play them in the regular season.
Very cool. Because you're a big fan of those sacks, obviously. And I know you've been sort of a hard person. You've been hard on yourself, your player, even though you're, 3 weeks in, I want to say 3 or 4 weeks max. What does it mean for you to see yourself doing so well in this game so far, to be able to see yourself eventually do well, as the season continues?
Oh, it's exciting, and it gives me a lot of hope for what I can do further down the road.
Awesome. Move over to Scott Fowle, Mr. Tight End, number 82.
Up, Twitch?
How are you? How are you tonight?
I'm doing great. I got a LaCroix.
You can't do better than that. I have a Diet Cola, so I guess I wish I was having a LaCroix. Any certain flavor?
It's peach pear.
Awesome. Sounds refreshing.
Yeah.
How we haven't seen you out there or any big plays from you yet. Are you hoping to have a big second half to come out there and get a ball or two?
Of course. I saw Xander Moon got some drives in there. So I'm really loving how my team is playing so far, though. Especially our defense. We're just stopping them basically every drive. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing my player finally get out there.
Awesome. Same here. All right, we'll move on to last but not least, the king, Mr. Rashid. How are you tonight?
Awesome. What's going on, Axe? You're doing a wonderful job.
Thanks.
How you
doing? Doing good. Living the dream, broadcasting this awesome game for you all. Appreciate all the support. So I do have to say, call out what was it like for you to be voted to join this prospect bowl? I know you went above and beyond, where I saw you had posted in even other simulation or other or not even other in the Say It With Your Chest board discussion, or I'm sorry, Discord and things. It seemed like you were getting the vote out. What does it feel to actually have been voted here?
It is humbling, and I appreciate everybody, and I think everybody who seen the potential in the king and get on this field is, it's just it's just kind of like being a champion, and so I just thank everybody who voted for me, and I got out there and seen if those people would support me, and seen my vision, and see the talent that I display on the field.
Awesome. It doesn't get any better than that. That is, it's to see someone with your passion, with your drive, to see you with that eventual success. I think that's just awesome. Really appreciate that. All right. I want you guys to come off mute quick and shout out who you think is going to win this battle.
East.
East side, Long Beach, baby.
East.
It sounds like we have a lot of East players here.
East
all right.
all day.
All right.
We show up.
Thank you so much for your time tonight, and let's get back to the game. See you guys shortly.
Thank you, Axel.
Yeah.
Thanks, X.
Thanks, Axel.
All right. Are you there, broadcast team?
I am still here, good sir.
Yes,
Awesome.
sir. I'm here.
Excellent. All right. Back from that other chat. It was great just talking with a few of the people. All right. Are we ready to start the next half? Are you two ready?
Are.
All right. Let's
I'm
do
always
this.
ready for football.
All right. Well, let's get back to the field. So here we go. All right. The weather's changing a little bit. It's gotten dark out. A little bit darker. We've under the hot lights, or the bright lights. Teams are loosening up after their little halftime. So here we'll see the West kicking off to the East. East getting that ball first with the second half. Oh my goodness.
One man to beat. And he got him.
It's number 13, David Garris again. Returning that for the East. No worries, VWK. Travis Arthur would have joined us. He is a very vocal winner of the free safety voting out there on the East side. So he's not out on the field just yet, but he will be when the defense takes the field. So here we have Scar Patterson, one back in the back. Looks a little lonely. Just kidding. I think that's GP Wells. Gets a little toss. Churning his legs. Almost stuffed in the back, but with those legs, I was able to make up about 2 yards on that.
So it's pivotal here that West gets some momentum here on the defense to stop the East, because it's already a 13-point lead. We can't have it go too much further.
GP Wells again with a little spin move. Picking up that first down. I'd say he got a solid 10 yards, perhaps close to 11. 10 and a half, 11. So GP Wells here is a finesse back, one that is very mobile and agile and likes to spin and juke in comparison to the other back back there, who is back there right now, Randy Squarebush, who is a power back who uses his shoulder to really plow through any defenders. Here we have Xander Moon behind the center with a nice pass. Passed over the middle to Caesar Ackerman, tight end for Memphis River Runners. Top tight end by value. A really great guy. Very involved. This is his second season in the SFLm. As an active contributor, was doing a lot of graphics and things for Florida during their last week or two of in the playoffs. Has a great design and visual eye acumen. Would be a great pickup for any team. Here we see Randy Squarebush getting up about a 2-yard gain there. Still have 2 yards to go for that first that they're eyeing.
Big third down here. Let's see if West can get a stop.
You know, Daniel, okay, you're free safety. I was an outside linebacker, both on Tacoma last season, and we did play Randy Squarebush. He was not this Randy Squarebush that we see. I'm so glad that I got drafted that we don't have to play him right now.
I don't know, man. I'm in the majors right now, and I get pancaked enough.
True.
I don't know if I want Randy Squarebush kicking me either.
It's just a matter of time. It sounds like also Warren Murray for Houston, another running back, is retiring, set to leave Houston, which leaves another running back. I keep doing that. Running back opening in the league, which is great to hear. I believe that is now 2 or 3 total. Xander Moon to hold for Brooke Beisel, who kicks it, and it's good. She seems excited. Xander getting a highlight for great kicking. Or I'm sorry, not kicking. Great ball holding. I've never really seen a great a highlight like that too often.
Well, someone better clip it and give it to Xander. He's doing some great work out there.
You've got some great hands there, Xander. A Sharp bringing it out to about the 25-yard line. Got hit. I thought he was going to maybe do a little spin move, which wide receivers do sometimes do. But I thought he was going to do that and be able to break up for another 5 or 10 yards. But it looks like he was stopped by a very hard tackle. A nice short yet solid pass over the front to number 82. 82, that's DJ Bandit. Getting the nice little 4-yard pass right over the middle. Just to start getting the chipping away. This is the first drive for the West, I believe, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Daniel, this half?
Yeah, you are correct. This is the first drive for the West.
Awesome. Good. I'm not going too crazy. Nice little delay handoff there. To the running back in the backfield. Picked up another 3 yards, 3 yards to go. That was Brad Jones on that run. So Brad Jones is a balanced back. So that is sort of the best of both worlds. They do a little bit of finesse, but they also have a little bit more power as well behind that. So they're sort of the middle of the road, a very utilitarian type of back. Pass out to the flat. This looks like it is Doug Brown, I want to say. Yep, looking at the spin move, the juke that he had. Picking up that first down, which is a great sight, I'm sure, for the West team at this moment.
Yeah, this is a huge drive. I feel like down 23-7, we definitely need to make something happen here.
So that's two touchdowns and two 2-point conversions away from tying, or simply put, 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Must be some good coverage down there. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, he had all day to throw. I believe that's the 4th sack now.
Man, they are taking it out of you, Johnny. This is Odette Boudreau again, coming in there, just working her way through that offensive line, taking her time, but it seemed to pay off there.
Yeah, too much time in the pocket. Definitely need to get rid of it there, and it didn't happen.
Got a tight end on one side and 2 receivers on the other, and offset eye in the back. Nice grab there to keep this drive going. Let's see, that is number 21 again, Doug Brown, making his way, sort of weaseling his way through the middle for that extra, I think, was probably close to 15 yards he needed to make for that first down.
Yeah, great play there to get the first down.
Here we go with a heavy set with an offset eye. It's like a strong eye. Nice one-handed grab there. Powering through. With that power, I'm assuming it's Brad Jones. Seeing the slight difference between...
100% correct. That would be Brad Jones.
Seeing the slight difference between the balanced back with a little bit of that power, decides to put his shoulder down more so than do a little spin move against Isabella Blackwell. And 54, that is Ibambe.
Ibambe.
Thank you guys for understanding the bot. I have to do some tweaks here or there to make sure that it, for future times, appreciate the understanding all. was a nice pass out to Brad Jones. Catch of earned him 8 yards there while going out of bounds.
The West is starting to move the ball. It's good to see. Let's see if they can keep it up, though. They're currently on the 21-yard line.
There's Ibambe again, who's the second chosen inside linebacker. Doug Brown able to pick up 1 yard. I saw a little bit of Tazzy right there. Tazzy Blackwell, outside linebacker, chosen number 1 in the vote. Here we see what looks like a 4-3 defensive set. Nice catch, and just barely got that first down with Brad Jones on the receiving end there. So to refresh everybody's memories too, those that are not user built have the last name of generic out there on the field as an easy way to see who is user built and who is not, so we don't get distracted by random last names. Fake to the running back. Oh, could not hold on to it. Shane Kaufman was in traffic and just was not able to get a good firm grasp on it. Probably got close, but then was hit by, looks like Nathaniel Diggs, inside linebacker.
I don't know. We may have to take away his title of sure hand after that one.
Unless they're hit by an inside linebacker, he has pretty sure hands. Got a bunch formation at the bottom there, but tosses it out to the flat to the running back, powers through and gets that first down. That is Douglas Brown on the reception there and just powering through as best as he can. Come back to the ball. Made sure that he had enough room on the outside so he didn't have to just simply fly out of bounds, but was able to pick up that extra yardage.
It's good to note that speed, too. As soon as he caught the ball, he just immediately turned upfield.
And that's some of the difference that you see with these more highly progressed backs versus those that are just starting out, is their ability to know what to do after they catch the ball, their quickness, or the ability to run their route and catch the ball on their route versus having to stop or go backwards. This is a nice pass. I thought I was going to go to the person heading south or heading to the bottom of the field, but this one hitting up Logan Strange. So Logan joins us from the flight in San Jose. Solid bronze wide receiver there.
Anything to play up again? Be careful for a sack incoming.
Empty backfield. Gets the play out there. Or gets the ball out there, the pass.
Oh.
Does not quite get it.
That was a good throw, too. Had the open man on the inside, just couldn't reel it in.
It's interesting, Johnny Reno passing to a Sharp, someone who is not used to. The two of them are not used to passing to each other, so their timing can be, even if it's a half a second off, that can mean the catching it or dropping it.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just about to say, I think our timing was off a little bit.
Here we go. That was a great little. It looked like a one-handed catch there. Oh, this Boston crowd.
Yeah, wow, we needed that. Great play.
The defender looked like he tried to cut the route, just couldn't get there in time, though.
So here we have Gunnar Axelson to take on this extra point. And with that extra point, we'll bring the deficit to 9 for West. With pretty, we've still got over 14 minutes left in the game. Very doable to come back. But the defense is going to have to step up strong and stop the drives of the East here.
Needless to say, this was a much-needed touchdown to get the offense and get the motivation and the feel, the energy back up on the field for them.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. The West needed that for sure. And like Axel said, a lot of time left in the game.
And if you ever wanted some weapons to be able to come back and earn, these extra points for this comeback, you have those weapons out there, Johnny.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Weapons all over the field. It's really just up to the defense now to get a stop.
So that was David Garres again with the reception, the return. Brings it out to the 27-yard line of Boston, or not Boston, of the East. The East, I see the BOS there. I want to say they're playing in Boston, but this is the East representing 5 different teams. Hand off to Squarebush, run up the gut for 3 yards. Not bad for being hit pretty heavily by pretty much the entire defensive team coming after him.
But that is what the West needs to do. They need to team tackle Squarebush. He's averaging 8.4 a carry, so they need to have everyone pound on him in order to stop him at this point.
Three wide receivers out there, 2 on the bottom, 1 on the top. They decide to run up the middle again with GP Wells this time, to no benefit. Coming in strong is number 56. Number 56 there is Earl Fields. Earl Fields the 4th. Can you imagine having 3 other Earl Fields out there? That would be a prime defense.
Absolutely. What a play, though. Great job, Earl.
There's Orlando Grimm, fellow Tacoma player as well, making a big stop for the 3 and out there, only able to gain 3 yards on that drive. Brooke Beisel out there to punch it away.
That pass was dangerously close to being an interception once it got popped up in the air. Good stop by the West. Now let's see if their offense can keep it going.
The punt is away. It's fielded around the 34-yard line. Taken up to about the 38. That is Orlando Grimm, who was just making that play defensively there on the return. Free safety for Tacoma. Johnny, do you want to tell me a little bit about Orlando? I don't know him very well. Newcomer to Tacoma this season?
Yeah, Orlando is a newcomer. Personally, I think he's made a great impact coming in. Very vocal in the locker room. I've enjoyed being his teammate, and I think he's got a bright future.
Awesome. That is great to hear. There we saw Brad Jones taking the reception out in the flat for 0 yards and hit out of bounds, it looks like, but the time is keeping going. Let's see what the West is able to do. They set up in an I formation. Looks like they have 2 tight ends out there and a wide receiver. Handoff. That one is to Doug Brown for pickup of 6. There we see number 27 on the defense. That is King Rashid. We talked to him a little bit during halftime. Big throw. Wow. Was able to totally break the ankles of that defender. That right there is Mike Savage. #Savage. Put that #Savage up in the chat. Big touchdown there for the West.
Number 27 was taking a dive by the looks of it on the field.
Maybe trying to perhaps try to cut that route a little bit and maybe get up and block it or something versus too tight of coverage.
Yeah, what a play. Great throw and catch. Savage has just been a beast this year, so it's great to see him perform at the Pro Bowl as well.
Yeah, it's been fun watching, the stats from game to game. Is it's either, Savage with a big game or it's Shane with a big game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you have two, highly touted wide receivers. I mean, I can't complain. It definitely makes my job a lot easier.
So with that touchdown, it brings the deficit to only 2, very manageable. Again, the defense is going to have to step up here to be able to mount a slight comeback. But there's Randy Savage. I'm sorry, yeah, not Randy Savage. What if you married them? Randy Savage out on the field. No, Randy Squarebush in the backfield, along with GP Wells and Scar Patterson, and the plethora of top East Division players.
I believe that was Brad Jones out there making a tackle on special teams, and he made a superb tackle.
Correct. The second running level running backs are out there during special teams. And usually we don't see them. Normally they're generics in most cases. Most pro teams don't have more than the one running back. So with 2 in this game, Brad's out there a little extra than normal. Ooh, yeah, snap it to a Slim Jim. You got that right. We have number 10, Nick Lockett, third level wide receiver on the game right now. He comes to us from Annapolis. Picking up that first down, it looks like. A solid opening play for the East. Here we see GP Wells in the backfield. Behind Xander Moon, I believe. Fake handoff, big pass, big catch over to the left side of the field. That looks like it is Israel Adams, number 18.
Looks like it is indeed. And Israel Adams has shown off that he is the deep threat when it comes to these up the middle plays.
And you see there Dante Grimm pretending like he was going to catch the ball, but being about 2 feet away from the ball. Gotta love this game. Got 2 wide receivers at the top, a offset eye behind the quarterback here. Ooh, a tip drill. That very well could have been intercepted. There we go. Earl Fields the fourth again, playing a part in that tip drill in some way.
It looked like they were going for the exact same play. They were looking for Adams up the middle.
We're within 2 here at the start of the fourth quarter. So typically, for those that are new, a lot of times we put 4s up in that chat during the pro games. A lot of times you'll see that in the minor leagues too. So feel free to put that number 4 to represent the start of the fourth quarter. This is where things get real. Got 11 minutes left. We see, looks like a near formation in the backfield. Nice little pass just beyond the middle back defender, middle defender. There we go. That was the Caesar Ackerman tight end. As I mentioned, the top tight end right now by value in the SFLm right now. Doing big things for Memphis when he can. I feel like he's going to have a breakout year this year. And we see GP Wells getting 6 on that play. We see a split gun formation. Giving it to Randy Squarebush, who just takes the entirety of the defensive team and pulls it with his legs about 5 or 6 yards past that first down line.
Burbush will not be denied today. No matter what happens, he will not be denied.
So that's a fresh set of downs. There's Xander Moon, a little close-up of the Madison quarterback. Pretty tall fellow. We've got a little counter there from Randy Squarebush.
Okay, maybe he will be denied a little bit.
Stopped in the backfield. Stopped in the backfield by Jabril Curse.
Just a little bit.
Coming to us from San Jose. Defensive end.
I guess the commentator's curse is real in all aspects.
He's got a set of followers, of chasers, of people running after him with Randy Squarebush as he chugs his way, choo-choo, into that that touchdown, into the end zone. In pursuit, Diamond Blackwell trying to get at him. Dante Grimm at the very end, along with Orlando Grimm.
That was very good vision by Squarebush, too. He stopped to let the blocker in front of him get the block needed so he can go around.
So here's an extra point coming up that will bring the East to 9 points above the West. So we see Brooke about to kick off to the West.
Now, this is the kind of game I was expecting. Offenses are going off right now.
They need to. They have to keep one-upping each other in some way. Steven, that was me typing. Sorry, it might have been. Sorry, me typing my little comment there. I'll keep my typing to a minimum. Appreciate it. Thanks. It's hip to be a square. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate that. It's hip to be a square bush. Here we go with a toss to the outside, but stopped after just 1 yard gain. Who was this? On the stop, we've got number 52. That is Nathaniel Diggs, inside linebacker for Madison, coming in strong and heavy there to put the run down. Here's Brad Jones that we're lining up behind Hattori Hanzo, his good old steady blocker from Tacoma. Brad Jones gets the pass, but isn't able to make much more than 1 yard. It's 3rd down and 8.
Big 3rd down here. Let's see if they can get a first down to keep moving those chains like they've been doing all second half.
Wow. What a pass over the middle and a great catch there. That looks like the one and only sure hands, Shane Kaufman over the middle there. Might have been simply just a go route for him. He was really far down the field. There you can see the strength of Johnny Reno's hands, the accuracy as well of that pass for him to just slightly move inward to get some separation from him and the defensive back covering him.
Yeah, it looks like Sirhands was able to slip beneath the secondary and found a nice pocket for himself.
I wasn't watching, but that might have been a solid, 30-ish yard pass. Or a little more, maybe. Oof. That defensive line, they had been quiet the last quarter or so. But I bet, Johnny, you're hoping that they quiet down a little bit more.
Yeah, just another situation where, we got to get rid of the ball. But, it's okay. We're driving. Still 7 minutes left.
Yeah,
We got a
exactly.
chance.
So number 82, DJ Bandit. They call him the Bear, I believe. Is that right, Mr. Bandit? Fake the run. That was a nice pass, but just not far enough. It was out there to Shane Kaufman. I'm sorry, not Shane Kaufman, Savage. Mike Savage. Great awareness so that he did not go out of bounds, but not quite far enough.
Yeah, he needed to get at least 3 more yards upfield before he got that ball.
They might be trying to freeze them out here. They are currently at the 33-yard line. Add on 7 for how much far the long snapper has to snap, and another 10 for the end zone. You're looking at a 50-yard field goal right there.
Okay, everybody in the chat, type in APF for that one.
That is a solid AI move there. The honorary coaches for both teams, mostly in face only, Jalen Wells of Tacoma fame over on coaching the west side, and on the east side we have Griffin King. Again, not involved with the playbooks at all, but just there representing their team.
Interestingly enough, the West decided to punt it instead of trying that super long field goal to make it a 6-point game.
The punt was pretty good too. Getting them to within the 20 at least wasn't bad. Maybe they're relying a lot more on their defense than they are as the leg of Brooke Beisel. A gun split pro formation there. Little handoff. The defense coming up hard for West. There we see Earl Fields getting penetration. Number 56, Tacoma's inside linebacker.
Yeah, the East is going to look to run the ball a lot more right now to try and take the clock out of it. So the West will need to be able to stop Squarebush now. Or GP Wells, for that matter.
And stop Squarebush right there, they did. That right there is second inside linebacker on the team. That is Golden Dino coming to us from Salt Lake City. We have Scar Patterson. He's lining up underneath center. Looks like GP Wells again in the backfield. It's from my eyes. Fakes it. Oh, that was a big takedown there. Was not a sack because he got the ball out of his hands for an incomplete pass. But that brings up 4th down. That right there was Anthony Stover, defensive end, coming to us from Boise. The Mud Dogs making a big, letting their presence be known with Scar Patterson out there.
Very good pressure, and not only that, the clock was stopped because that was an incomplete pass technically.
Orlando Grimm out there taking that punch return like the big man he is. Not much going on the return itself, but a solid catch and holding on to that ball. This is where the West is going to have to start to come up big. This is currently a 2-possession game with a 9-point difference. The most they could get even with a 2-point conversion would be 8. So they need to be able to score a touchdown here and then be able to either, I don't know if they would kick a onside kick or not, or if they just leave it in the hands of their defense.
Big drop there by Mike Savage. It's making a 2nd and 10.
And we see Robert Cherry getting down into his position across the West generic offensive lineman. What a catch there by Shane Kaufman. I'm sorry, I keep mixing that up. Mike Savage in the hurry-up offense here.
He made up for his early drop for a nice big gain. So let's see if they can keep it going.
Oh my goodness, that was a big defensive play there. Number 21, Laquan Smith up there,
hey, Laquan,
leaping
look
up.
At you.
Absolutely, good job.
Mr. Six Machiavelli in chat, congratulations, sir, on the first interception in Pro Bowl history for the minor leagues.
Oh. Yeah, that was huge.
They've got a very heavy formation. Pat handoff to Squarebush, getting 5 yards on that run. Just sort of making his way, play like he's playing as an adult with children out there, it seems at times. Jabril Curse there, probably in on the tackle. Like you said, Daniel, they might be running just to run this clock out. A pretty solid stop there. 2 yards left. Jabril Curse again with that tackle.
Yeah, if I'm in the West, I expect a run and play every time on 1st and 2nd down.
Especially this one too, with 2 left. Who better to give it to than Squarebush or GP Wells? We see number 44 in the back there, behind, in front of Squarebush. Let's see if the West has the ability to stop them. They're not able to stop them from getting that first down. He picks up, 4 yards? Kelly Generic with that stop. Probably the
continues to move. Now they'll have probably about 2 plays, play and a half until the 2-minute warning. Let's go.
We haven't really mentioned the 2 offensive linemen that are lining up for the East there, Mitchell Witters and Jamarcus Candy, both left tackle and left guard. I'm sure that they are making it a little bit easier to run. If Squarebush needed anything else, would be to have 2 user-built offensive linemen out there. Two-minute warning coming in, whistling, stopping the clock. Now, these last 2 minutes are where things for the West are really going to have to start working in their way. At 2nd and 6, they've got 2 downs to stop East.
Also to note, the West used a timeout on that cheese play already.
Squarebush just powering through the whole group of defenders that are coming at him. They do stop him with inches to go. West calls a timeout.
Close.
Is Don Fletcher calling that timeout quick? To be able to stop the clock. Safe thing would be to punt it here. I see Brooke out there already, set to kick it off. So this really is the start of what needs to be a 1:52 comeback for the West.
Yeah, they will need a quick score and more than likely an onside kick.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot in the last 1:52, but we'll see what happens.
And needing to travel 82 yards down the field, this might be where you start to open up that playbook and look for those deep passes.
Yeah, definitely time to air it out. That's for sure.
Got a bunch of wide receivers at the bottom, one at the top, one's running back in the backfield. Nice catch. Did not get out of bounds. Going to the hurry-up offense.
Clock is continuing to run, so they're stuck in this play motion unless they change the play.
He picks up a couple. I think they're just simply looking for that first down to be able to continue this drive.
No, we're down to 4th down.
No timeouts left.
They have to go for it.
Yeah, this is tough.
But they're letting the clock run.
Empty backfield. Reno underneath center. 4 receivers out there. It is caught in the middle.
You gotta keep moving now, though. You need a big play somewhere.
It's Nathaniel Diggs, linebacker, inside linebacker. I think Angela Meerkat got in that backfield and forced you to make a unexpected quick throw that I don't think Hansa was ready for. Had to turn around a little bit off, just a little bit off the typical accuracy that you usually throw. Little wobbly pass too. Yeah, it very well could have been even tipped at the point at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 10, still need a big play with only 29 seconds left in the 4th. Oh no, sack happened, 4th and 17. Time continues to tick away.
Wow.
And
Oof.
that is the ball game, folks. The pressure is just too much for you, Mr. Reno.
Yeah, it was. I mean, great defense to the East. Yeah, they shut us down. It all came down to 3rd downs, and I think that's where they had the advantage.
They're in the victory formation right now, which can only mean a knee from the quarterback. And with that, the time will run out. Get last look at Xander Moon, last play of the game there. So we end up finishing with the East taking it by 9, 30-21. Huge game for both sides. You know, the purpose of this game was for a lot of fun, was a lot of, getting your name out there, getting in front of a lot of different people, and just really having a community around the minor league, right? the big thing here, looking at these stats, huge passing yards for you on Reno, but not quite much going with the running game, sadly.
Yeah, which is unusual. The stats look good, but like you said, it was all fun. Great game on both sides.
Absolutely. Do you guys have any guesses as who the player of the game will be?
You gotta give it to Squarebush, right? He just
It has to
pancaked
be.
3 people.
Yeah, it has to be Squarebush.
I would also say, if there was a pivotal play that beyond Squarebush, was that Laquan Smith interception at the end, towards the end, which shut down that drive that you guys were having a lot of success on. Still being only behind by 9, if you guys would have gotten a touchdown there, that could have been a very possible opening to that comeback. But with that interception, really shut that down.
Oh, definitely. Laquan Smith stopped the West, who in the second half wasn't stopped until that play. They scored 2 touchdowns, and that was their 3rd drive.
That play right there. It's amazing. It's been fun really seeing a lot of these different players shine. What other time do you get a chance to sort of come in here? You guys were right, Randy Squarebush with 109 yards. We've seen him do more, but that was really a commanding performance here by him today, putting his East Side team up. So that sort of ends the game for us. But that doesn't mean that we are done. That means that it is time for us to talk a little bit about the game. What is it like, sadly losing, not I don't mean this in any poor or bad way, but, being on the short end of the stick, I guess, Johnny, with this game.
Yeah, well, there's more to this game than that. I mean, obviously you want to win. I would have loved the West to get a W, but, all in all, this was, it was great to see, all the Miners get to, perform on the same field together. It was a great game. It's more than just the win or the loss.
Absolutely, yeah. Nathaniel Diggs in chat was talking about exactly the same thing. That this is really, it's just a great way to bring the community together around a game, especially in a time that a week that we don't have a game. Just a way for us to do something special, something that sort of grassroots and sort of something that we can call our own a little bit here. Daniel, any last takeaways that you have for this game?
The major takeaway I have is not about the game or what happened. It's about the fact that this is a community. This is an environment that, as you just saw, people came together to watch people. This has nothing to do with, per se, the SFL. Like, we're doing it on ourselves, on our own time. They gave us the blessing to do it. We're doing this for fun. But see the community come over here and get involved, get invested, and have fun. This is what it means to be a part of a community. And it's so good to see.
Absolutely. Johnny, any final thoughts for you?
No, I appreciate you having me on. The game was great. I appreciate all the work that you put into it. Having me and Daniel and Shane on the show. Daniel nailed it. It's all about the community coming together. The Miners. In a lot of sense, I feel like we want to make it to the big show, and this was the next big, the next best thing. Having us all come together and watch a great football game.
I couldn't have done it without a better casting crew. Seeing you guys here with me is really great, and all the support from everybody this entire week, really. But all the support here in chat. As I've said before, this is going to be a Twitch VOD. I'm going to download it and upload it to YouTube, so it'll be there. I'm going to share the links and everything out amongst, so that everybody who wasn't able to watch it live is able to watch it not live this weekend, or feel free to clip to your heart's content different things that you might have seen during the game. So with that, I want to again thank you so much for letting me be part of your community. For helping, form a community around this, and really great job leaving everything out on the field. As I've said before, you might be at odds with each other for 44 minutes of the game, but before and after, we're one community, and it's time, let's do our couple memes, get it out of our system, and then come back together strong. Don't forget to progress this Monday and Tuesday, even though we didn't have a official game this week. Get out there, do your best, and looking forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday night as we preview. We'll probably review this game a little bit and preview Week 5's games coming up. We're not even quite at the halfway point of the regular season for the minor leagues, so I'm really excited to see what every team is going to be able to bring. So with that, I wish you guys a great weekend, and catch you later. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
See you later, guys.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.